Drama in St. Louis. Welcome back to Defending Football. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know. I haven't been around. I am sorry. I got caught up in a lot of things at work, a lot of other things I'm doing, and I ended up having some medical problems. We solved it. So do not be mad at me, unless you're a St. Louis Battlehawks fan. Yes, you read this video correctly. The St. Louis Battlehawks released AJ McCarron. What are they doing over there? St. Louis football teams love to make mistakes. So you're thinking, where are you hearing this from? Why did this happen? Well, initially, we just saw that AJ McCarron got released on social media and everyone is panicking, trying to figure out what's going on. Turns out he went on a podcast, the McCready and Siskey podcast. Hard for me to say, but it is down in the description, so go check out that whole interview. There's at least a good 20-minute portion of him talking about this subject, but I will give you a little bundled up version right about now. So apparently AJ McCarron knew him and the Battlehawks were going in two separate directions in the offseason. He said he just had a feeling about it, and he was totally okay with it. After rehabbing and getting his surgery on his leg, he said he's been feeling great, and he's excited to come back to football. So when Anthony Beck, the Battlehawks quarterback, called him, he basically thanked him for playing for St. Louis and for him and doing such a great job, as he is one of the best quarterbacks in the UFL, no question. And then they decided they wanted to talk about trading AJ McCarron. Apparently AJ McCarron is not in the business of being traded, and he wants to go where he wants to go. So there was a back and forth between the two, and apparently it got heated. Obviously we only have one side of the story right now, but this is all we have to go based off of. And it seems like Anthony Beck did not like the fact that AJ McCarron did not want to be traded. It seemed like the Battlehawks felt like they had total control over the situation, but AJ McCarron did not let him off the hook. AJ stated that his rights actually end at the beginning of this next season, so all he'll have to do is deny the trade and wait to be cut. Beck didn't really like that answer very much, but AJ said he does not want to help his future team by taking assets away from them to go to the Battlehawks. And especially as a veteran and how well he played for St. Louis, you would think this would be totally understandable, but for whatever reason, there is bad blood there. So they get off the call, AJ McCarron thinks nothing of it, thinks everything's okay, and they're going to make a statement together. Turns out, he finds out from his kid, and he was unable to put a statement out with the team with the post, only Anthony Beck did. And the way it was phrased, it seemed like he was kind of retiring. AJ did not like that, went on the podcast, and basically said he wants to come back to another UFL team, play the Battlehawks twice a year, come back with a vengeance, and of course, win the UFL championship. That's his ultimate goal. And first of all, I gotta say, I am super happy that he wants to stay in the UFL. Extremely fun player to watch. One of the foundational players of the league. So now that some of the dust has settled, what is next? Well, just taking AJ McCarron by his words, he wants to play the Battlehawks twice a year. Now, how do you play the Battlehawks twice a year? You're probably in division. The only other way to play him twice a year in the UFL would be to play for a USFL team that plays him once in the regular season and once in the championship. But obviously that is difficult. Plus, if you're in division, you can technically play that team 3 times, playing them twice for regular season games and once in the postseason to knock them out of the championship. So there are 4 teams on the list that I think AJ McCarron is looking at. So right off the bat, obviously not going back to the Battlehawks. I don't think he's interested in the Roughnecks at all, just being honest. Showboats as well, don't think there's much going on there. He's obviously in a win now mode. The Michigan Panthers, I don't think are in this because they re-signed all of their 3 quarterbacks from last year. So we're going to talk about the first one, the Birmingham Stallions. Can I see AJ McCarron going back to Alabama to win a championship? I can see it, but I think it's unlikely. With a lot of the quarterbacks from the Stallions in the past floating around, seeing they may come back, they may not come back. Martinez may be back, Corral might be back, and Magoo might be back. I mean, geez. So I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't see McCarron really fitting in that system, but it would be an awesome storyline for the league, and then you'd pretty much have a 4-peat going on. Next is the San Antonio Brahmas. Unfortunately, I could see this happen, especially with their offense being as good as it is. But there's one problem. The Brahmas just signed Kellen Mond, who is assumed to be the starter. So what's going on there? Are they going to trade Kellen Mond to another team and get AJ? I don't know. I don't know if AJ is the build of quarterback that they're looking for, but it is a possibility. Then you have the Arlington Renegades. The thing is, from what I'm hearing, Luis Perez is probably coming back, the Spring King. And if he is, I don't know if you keep both of those guys on your roster. That's kind of awkward. And Perez has kind of established himself as a pretty damn good quarterback in this league. With Bob Stoops, I don't know if he wants to go away from his guy. But the fourth team, the most intriguing team, and I think the one that might happen, is the DC Defenders. Jordan Ta'amu has not re-signed, and we don't have much at the quarterback position right now. It's a vacant, open spot. We just signed Abram Smith back from his ACL tear, the most prolific running back in the XFL. Absolute beast of a player, and if he's even 80% of what he was, he's going to be fantastic this year. And to see DC take AJ McCarron away from the Battlehawks and beat them 3 times to go to the championship, my dreams would come true. I think that is the most likely option for AJ McCarron, and I think he would look the best in a DC Defenders jersey. So I really hope this happens. In that case, I don't know where Ta'amu would go either. So things would really get shaken up, and the UFL is getting interesting. But right before we go, let's just look at AJ McCarron's stats from last year. He did not play all 10 games. He was injured for a few. But he had a 64% completion percentage, 1,582 yards, 15 touchdowns to only 4 picks, and he had 18 sacks as well. So AJ was clearly playing at an MVP caliber level before the injury, and I think he's healed up. He said he feels great. So if you're watching, AJ, come to DC, baby. You know you want to. The power of the beer snake will lead AJ McCarron to the championship. So what team do you think AJ McCarron is going to join? Let me know down below in the comments section. So for the love of football, defend football, baby.